two trends that explain the world in 2025, and this is an education demonstration. I wanted to demonstrate how these two trends are playing out in the world today, but rather than look at anything too controversial, I thought that I'd look at my own education and demonstrate how those two trends played out. I'm Charlotte Kemp, Futures Alchemist, Futures keynote speaker, and executive thinking coach. So when I was educated in school many years ago in South Africa, I was educated under the apartheid government. And apartheid is a separation. There's one group of people who are privileged and the others who are not. And that is very much a binary scarcity mindset. So straight off, we start to see this definition of where the education programs and priorities were placed in South Africa back in those days. I was also educated under the Christian national education system. Christian religion then being defined as the state preference and every other religion not getting as many rights and privileges. And national obviously being South Africa's nation being more important and their priorities being prioritized over anything else over the region. Then in 1994, we had our first democratic elections and we constituted a new constitution. And this new constitution has been hailed as one of the most inclusive, embracing of constitutions, giving equal rights to all people, equal suffrage, voting rights to all adults, equal protection to all races, genders, etc. And the Bill of Rights and the new constitution have been hailed as really defining a change in the culture of this part of the world. And obviously that then is reflected back in our education. So my children's education was much broader. They were able to see and experience a lot more of the world, and they weren't quite as indoctrinated as my classmates and I were back in the day. I'm still finding today so many beliefs and values that are inherently in me because they were instilled at such a young age when I wasn't able to really evaluate them for myself. The value of these two trends isn't necessarily that something has to be abundant or fluid, that scarcity and binary is necessarily wrong. It just means that we need to evaluate where we are placing our focus. When something is defined as binary and scarcity, it is very often protecting the privileges of a certain group of people at the expense of others. These two trends are designed so that we can have a critical look at an assessment of what we are choosing to restrict or make abundant, what we are choosing to define as right or correct or not. And we need to remember that just because something is legal does not mean that it is good. Essentially, we need to create futures that reflect the complexity and diversity of our world and not just the aspirations of the privileged. If you want to design your thinking fit for the future, then please be in touch with me.